We are staying on top of breaking news. Traffic finally back moving now after a police pursuit shut down all lanes of the 15 at Miramar Way after a trailer overturned. Perhaps you or someone you know is stuck in this. It backed up traffic for miles. Thanks for joining us at 11 a.m. I'm Eric Connor.
And I'm Vanessa Paz. CBS 8's Steve Price is live at the scene, and he has everything that we're learning so far. Lanes, it looks like there's some improvement through that stretch. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, the lanes are open, but traffic definitely still backed up. What you see is the 15 northbound. You can see the traffic is moving, but it is still slow, and it has been backed up for miles, you guys. An absolute mess. In fact, it caused a problem not just here, but then folks were getting off the freeway, so that caused a problem on Claremont Mesa, on Balboa, and then that jammed up the 805. Okay, what I want to show you is what happened here on the side of the road. So this all started around 7:30 this morning when police got a call of a woman who was trying to steal a trailer from a business at Balboa near Convoy. When police saw her, they found this was on the back of her vehicle. Well, as she was driving, she lost control and it flipped off, and here's where it is. We happen to catch some video of that actually happening. Check this out. So you can see there, she's losing control, and then the top of the trailer rolls off. She doesn't stop though, she keeps going. A huge traffic hazard. It's at one point, her Toyota 4Runner gets a flat tire. That doesn't stop her, she keeps going. Then she loses the bottom half of the trailer in traffic, and she stops. We think it's over, but police try to get her out of the car. They try to take her into custody, but instead she takes off again, this time really dangerous, heading northbound in the southbound lanes of the 15. So officers call off their pursuit, but then she gets into a couple of crashes. She gets out of the car and starts running on the freeway. At this point, she then tries to get into some other vehicles, but drivers don't let her in. And then finally, officers catch up with her on the freeway, and they ended up having to taser her. That got her to go down to the ground. Finally, they were able to get her into custody, but it wasn't easy. They had to use handcuffs on her. They had to strap up her legs as well. And then at one point, they had to put a mask over her because apparently she was spitting on them as well. So just a really difficult situation trying to get her into custody. Still don't know any information about her. Don't know where she is from. Don't have her name at this point. But we are learning some other details about what happened today, including a fact that an officer who was heading to the scene to try to bring her into custody was involved in an unrelated crash with another driver. We understand the driver, the innocent driver of a minivan, was taken to the hospital. She's shaken up, but her husband told me that she is okay, but very shaken. We're also trying to get an update on condition of the officer because his car had a lot of damage, but we are still waiting to hear back from police about that as well. Okay, back live to the scene. Now the problem is, how do you get this off the side of the freeway? They're gonna have to bring something to wrap around this side, probably flip it on the other side. They do have a tow truck here, but definitely this is something that is causing a lot of looky-loo traffic. And so that's why, although you do see traffic still moving, it's not quite as quickly as you would expect at this time of a day. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Wow, what a series of events, Steve. Thanks for walking us through that.
Yeah.
You know, glad no one was seriously hurt. We're talking about the interstates, lanes being shut down, a chase.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that, Steve. A lot of folks impacted by that, that's for sure.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and toss it over to Evan Irani and see how, if this is still impacting traffic. I saw earlier that it was just red, just a brutal drive headed northbound. And that's a pretty big artery to get northbound. I mean, you could opt for the 5, but that's also kind of a ways away.
Absolutely.
And it's complete opposite directions depending on where you're going.
There was even a portion of the morning where things turned purple on the screen. That's just a complete shutdown.
Right.
So it's purple, and then leading up to it all red. Luckily, while they were in the middle of that standoff, they were able to open Miramar Way as an exit lane. I mean, it was one exit lane and the HOV, so they were kind of splitting off in both directions, which helped alleviate a minuscule amount, but still not enough. Luckily now the signaler is cleared. All lanes are back open after that police activity in the Miramar area on the 15 northbound before Miramar Way. Still a little bit of stop and go traffic as of about 30 minutes ago, but right now, this is live on the southbound 15 at Mira Mesa. Things are really smooth, and this was exactly where that standoff was taking place. So as you can see, things are not looking too bad on neither the southbound or northbound lanes, and you should be able to travel pretty decent speeds in both direction, but something that of course caused pretty major backups as we made our way through the morning commute, all the way from about 8 o'clock this morning through just about half hour ago. Now that we've seen those improvements, remember you can always still head to our app on CBS 8. You can download it on Roku, Fire, Apple TV, or head to cbs8.com/traffic to help plan out any portion of that morning commute.